I've thought about this question in terms of the location of the prostate gland and why it would be so accessible by the penis, basically, and why we can derive such intense pleasure by having the prostate gland stimulated. There's no obvious reproductive function to having an orgasm that is facilitated or pushed by some type of stimulation with the prostate gland. But I do think it's an interesting question. We oftentimes hear from a lot of homophobic individuals in particular that there's no clear reason or it's disgusting to have sex anally. But if it were so maladaptive and deleterious to individual fitness, we wouldn't expect it to feel so good. Well, at least for some people. In fact, one of the questions I've always had is why anal sex feels so good to some people and is incredibly painful to other people. I mean, is there some sort of differently configured internal anogenital anatomy between individuals where the prostate is more readily accessible for anal sex than for some people than it is for others? So there are a lot of open questions, I think, with respect to anal sex and the role that anal sex would have played in the evolutionary history of human sexuality. We're just now, I think, at a point where we are at least willing to look at these questions without giggling. I mean, some people may giggle. I think it's absurd, actually, all these questions about human sexuality and ejaculation and semen and anal sex. It is funny. But we can still ask these questions in a way that is deserving of serious empirical investigation. And I think the sociocultural trends that are really illuminating the nature of homosexuality lends itself to the science. And this is one of the questions I think that future evolutionary theorists are probably going to be digging a little bit more deeply into. Yes, and that was a pun intended.